Call to order regular town council meeting, January 23rd, 2025. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Williams, absent. Councilmember Keel, absent. Councilmember Freund.
Here.
Councilmember Greer.
Here.
Councilmember Schumacher.
Present.
Vice Mayor Zurcher.
Here.
Mayor Palguda.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. And just let the record show that Councilwoman Keel is at a council conference, so she is fulfilling her duties as a council member this evening. Let's welcome down Pastor Lloyd Murphy from Foundation for our invocation and Pledge of Allegiance. Welcome, sir.
Let us pray. Father in heaven, we thank you for this great country in which we live. Thank you for the freedoms that we enjoy. Thank you for this community that we enjoy such wonderful freedom and such a wonderful place to live. Lord, as we think about our own safety and our own community here, we think about those in California that are suffering the fallout of these terrible fires, and many people here that have loved ones who have lost so much. We lift them up to you. We ask for your mercy and for your compassion upon them. And Father, we thank you for our first responders there and here, for all of our servants and our military servants. We thank you for these servants before us. And we pray for them, Lord, that you would protect them, encourage them. And we pray even now for this meeting that you would give wisdom and that the decisions that are made, the things that are done here would reflect your goodness, and that you would allow us to continue to live in peace and dignity. And we ask it all for your glory in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Now for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Thank you, sir. Next item up is proclamation. This is Marnie Yule recognition proclamation. And I'm going to welcome council down to the floor.
In honor and recognition of Marnie Yule's service to Prescott Valley, January 23rd, 2025. Whereas Marnie Yule has dedicated 19 years of exemplary service to the Prescott Valley Chamber of Commerce, contributing her time, expertise, leadership to the growth and success of our community. And whereas throughout her tenure, Marnie has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to fostering collaboration and advancing initiatives that have positively impacted Prescott Valley's economy, businesses, and community. And whereas Marnie's leadership and professionalism have left a lasting impact on the chamber and its members, as well as the many organizations and individuals she has worked with over the years. And whereas Marnie has built lasting relationships and promoted the values of hard work, integrity, and community spirit that form the foundation of Prescott Valley's success. And whereas Marnie transitions into retirement, her contributions will be remembered and her legacy will continue to shape the future of Prescott Valley Chamber of Commerce for years to come. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Cal Palguda, Mayor of the Town of Prescott Valley, do hereby recognize and celebrate Marnie's 19 years of service, leadership, and dedication to the Prescott Valley Chamber of Commerce. Thank you.
Well, I'm not a stranger to this mic in this council room, but a little bit different tonight. So I say goodbye and thank you for everything. First of all, I just say to my staff, and over the 19 years, the team we've built has made the chamber very strong. Its leadership, and I have board members here, and if you'd stand, please, you're the strength, the backbone of the chamber. You set the policy and give me direction, even though I tell you how to do it. But thank you. To my friends that listen to me and share the moments, the good and the bad. But really at this moment, I want to thank the town that I've worked with. I moved here in 2006 and got a wonderful job and worked with wonderful people. Had a couple mayors that have been amazing. Two town managers, I broke this. Hello. Two town managers that have just continued to make wonderful improvements, but it's the people, the boots on the ground, the Public Works Department, Parks and Recreation, Library, Casey, I mean, all of us, we work together, and I was one of those boots on the ground people that were out putting up fences and helping everybody at the same time and working on the parades. Dan, I'll never forget our time at the Stroll. You know, those are just memories, and there's so many of them. And I'm going to miss everybody because this has been such a huge, huge part of my life, like 24/7 sometimes, all the time. But I love this town, and I'm not going anywhere. So I'll be on the other side of things, a constituent of sorts now, but always going to be passionate about Prescott Valley and moving it forward and being its advocate and champion, and that will never stop. So to show that, after this is done tonight, we're done, we're going to take everybody, we're all going over to the arch, and we're taking a picture under the arch because we want to celebrate Prescott Valley and everything we've done and how it's grown in the past 19 years. So thank you for this moment, and I'm humbled, and I'm blessed, and I appreciate you all. So thank you.
I'm just going to say a few words. I mean, we could be here all night if we talk about the impact that Marnie's had on our community. And I just want to say, ma'am, if we were to have our own Mount Rushmore up on Glassford Hill, you surely would be one of the monuments up there. So again, thank you for what you've done for Prescott Valley. We wouldn't be where we are without you. So, and we have some flowers and then our proclamation for her. So again, let's give it up for Marnie. Come on, folks. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, Marnie Yule. Next up, I'd like to welcome down Ken Bennett, another pillar of our community. To have these two monumental individuals being recognized tonight is significant. So tonight, folks, we recognize this man who really needs no introduction. And if there was an introduction, again, there wouldn't be enough time to describe what you've done in our community for how many years would you say, sir? 40 years? Yes. 40 years. This man has served his community, whether at the state level, the county level, or at the local level. And the town of Prescott Valley just wants to just say, sir, thank you for what you've done. You've represented us amazing, and you've provided us with resources that have impacted individuals in this room and in this town. So we appreciate you, sir. You. And again, love to hear a few words from you.
Thank you very much.
Sir, appreciate you.
Well, first of all, it's very fortunate for me to be recognized on the same night as Marnie. I can remember, you said 2006, right? 2006, I was president of the Arizona Senate the first time, and that's when I got to know Marnie, and it's just been a delight to watch her make a difference in this community, but all of Yavapai County and even throughout Arizona. Every success of a community in Arizona impacts in a positive way the success of all other communities. And when one community thrives, it helps all others do so the same. I can remember, now I go back to remembering Prescott Valley. When I was a boy, Prescott Valley had about 5 buildings. This is in the mid-60s. And I can remember that we didn't go to Phoenix this way. We went to Phoenix through Yarnell because I-17 wasn't even built yet. And so for a long time, Prescott Valley was not much. And in my 58 Ford pickup, I could get from Prescott to Cordes Junction with no traffic lights in about 28 minutes. I might have been going a little faster than I should have. But I just want to thank you for this recognition. It kind of feels like coming to my own funeral a little bit. I'm starting to have these kinds of things around. But Prescott Valley has been just a star in Yavapai County and in Arizona. Thank you for the work that you do to lead this great community. My first years as a public servant was on the Prescott City Council, so I know the importance of local government. And I applaud you and everyone who helps make Prescott Valley the great place to live that it is. And I'm very humbled by your recognizing me today. Thank you.
And really quick, sir, real quick. Can you just share the phone number? A little fun fact about Ken Bennett's family. What was it? Was it your mom's phone number or your
My grandparents.
Your grandparents' phone number. Listen to it.
My grandparents' phone number was 49. 2 digits. The home was 49. The gas station over on Montezuma was 71. At that time, you picked up the phone. There was nothing to dial. You picked up a phone, and an operator down at the Mountain Bell building came on the line, and you had to tell them, this is Lucille at 49. I need Don down at the station at 71. And they would literally take a cord with plug-ins, and they'd plug in 49 to 71 so that my grandmother could talk to my grandpa. And when Grandma died about 15 years ago, I bought that number. And of course, they've added digits to it over the years, but my cell phone number is 928-445-2949. But it's the original 49 that my grandparents had. So that takes you back to a time that most of us don't even remember. So thank you for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ken Bennett. Next up, student of the month.
The town of Prescott Valley, in collaboration with the Optimist Club of Yavapai County and Bradshaw Mountain High School, are honoring these two outstanding students for December. Welcome, Trevor Head and Margaret Greslak. Okay. Today, we are recognizing these students for their commitment to school and community and their engagement. Because of their hard work, they've been nominated by their school staff and instructors at Bradshaw Mountain High School. Congratulations. We want to now hear about you and your accomplishments. Let's start with Margaret.
Hello, my name is Margaret, but my family and friends call me Maggie. I'm a senior at Bradshaw Mountain High School, and I'm involved in quite a lot. I started high school quickly and joined sports. I played basketball my freshman year through my junior year and found my favorite sport of tennis during my sophomore year, which is my biggest passion. I also had the opportunity of playing on the inaugural girls flag football team this past fall, and as a center, was named Offensive Player of the Year. When I'm not busy in sports, I'm involved in many clubs. I have been an active member of National Honor Society since my induction during my freshman year. I also have had the opportunity to serve as treasurer of the Interact Club during my junior year and continue to serve as an active member. I also am involved in Link Crew, which helps with incoming freshmen, but my most meaningful involvement at Bradshaw Mountain High School has been co-founding and serving as co-president of the Youth Alive Club since my sophomore year. It is the first Christian-based club on the campus and has flourished since its founding. We have grown the club from 10 students in our first year to over 100 active students today. Aside from volunteering at various community events, I've had the opportunity to also work for the town of Prescott Valley as a lifeguard at Mountain Valley Splash. As a lifeguard, I was chosen to compete in the first statewide lifeguard games that challenged my life-saving skills. Thank you all for this recognition and your time.
And now Trevor.
Hello, everyone. I'm Trevor Head, and I'm also a senior at Bradshaw Mountain High School. When I was told I was Student of the Month, two things went through my mind. One, wow, this is pretty cool. And immediately after that, crap, I got to talk at the town council meeting in 2 days. So, okay. I'm what you call the definition of a student athlete. I prioritize my studies first and spend the rest of my time working to be the best athlete I can be. I'm currently ranked 10th in my senior class in GPA with a 4.542 weighted GPA and a 4.01 weighted. And I challenge myself by taking the most difficult classes offered at the high school, and I've already accumulated the equivalent of about 18 college credit hours throughout the past 3 years. In August of this year, I plan on attending a prestigious four-year university to study mechanical engineering. And after I graduate college, I plan on pursuing my dream job of becoming a roller coaster engineer, because roller coasters have always been a passion of mine since I was in middle school. And other than school, I spend most of my time pushing my body to its limits. I was a four-year varsity football player, and I earned second-team All-Grand Canyon region kicker for the past season. I played soccer my freshman year, and I ran cross-country alongside football this past fall. My main sport, though, is track and field, and currently I'm devoting all my free time to training for the mile and 2 mile, and I've run over 300 miles in the past 2.5 months. And next week I'll finish off my preseason training cycle by running over 70 miles. And it may sound like I'm a masochist, but running is my passion, and I really want to break our school's record in the mile and 2 mile. There's a bit more that I've accomplished in my high school career, but it's not really worth mentioning. I don't really want to bore you any longer. I just want to thank my mom and dad for the constant support and love for me. I couldn't have done anything without them, and I want to thank God for his love, grace, and guidance in my life, leading me wherever I go. And lastly, thank you to Optimus International, Town of Prescott Valley Council, and Bradshaw Mountain High School for this award. Thank you.
And Richard Bradshaw, principal of Bradshaw Mountain High School.
Thank you. Wow, what a night for celebrations, huh? I'm glad we got to bring our students along tonight as well. Our students are awesome. And what Maggie didn't tell you is we did start girls flag football this year, and she caught the first touchdown. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, very proud of our students. And again, like to thank Town Council, Mayor Pauguda, and Mike from Optimus Club for always recognizing our students. We're so proud of them, and thank you again.
And Mike Whiting of the Optimus Club of Yavapai County.
Well, I appreciate everybody being here and recognizing our students of the month. They're really something, and it's hard to think when I was going to school that we had this level of students that have the wherewithal to be at a higher level than I'll ever be, even as a grown-up. So anyway, Margaret and Trevor. Student of the Month is just one of the rewards as a result of your personal commitment and your hard work as part of your journey at Bradshaw Mountain High School. We know that this is the beginning of further achievements, we hope, and personal growth through new opportunities, whether they should be pursuing a career, taking up trade, or continuing your education at college and vocational school. Obviously, both of you are ready. And I wasn't sure if Trevor, when you mentioned that prestigious university, if that was the University of Arizona, but I'll ask you after. We'd also like to recognize a few other people here other than our Students of the Month, and that is those who've been a part of their lives, not only their teachers, but also their parents. So we'd like the parents and relatives to stand up, and we would like to say thank you to you as well. So without further ado, as they say, it's a pleasure that we congratulate you as part of the Optimus Club of Yavapai County, the Town of Prescott Valley, and Bradshaw Mountain High School. So congratulations to both of you. And we'd like to, you've got your certificate, and I'd like to read what it says. It's very brief, but something you can keep with you and put up on the wall next to your desk as you're working very hard, or take it with you wherever that prestigious university might be. Anyway, it says the Optimus Club of Yavapai County, in partnership with Bradshaw Mountain High School in the Town of Prescott Valley, certify that Margaret and Trevor have been named as January Students of the Month. And as part of the Optimus Club, we always we want to give them a copy of our creed, which is 10 items that if they follow that, we feel they'll be the best human beings that we could ever think of. And one thing I just wanted to mention is that if you can believe in yourself, and this is part of the Optimist Creed, believe in yourself and all that you are, know that there is something in you that is greater than any obstacle. And obviously you already realize that or you wouldn't be here. So once again, congratulations for a great job, and we look forward to your achievements in the future. So once more, congratulations. Okay, we're going to have a short picture. Thank you, Council.
Next up, call of the public. At this time, members of the public may comment on matters listed on the agenda or solely on matters within the jurisdiction of the town. Any persons wishing to address the council must register their name with the town clerk prior to the commencement of the meeting. The council's response is limited to responding to criticism, asking staff to review a matter commented upon, or asking that a matter be put on a future agenda. Such remarks shall be limited to 3 minutes unless additional time is granted by the mayor. And folks, as usual, once you hit with 30 seconds left, you'll hear a ding. And that's just kind of your warning to kind of wrap things up. And then after you hit 3 minutes, you'll hear multiple dings. And that is another sign to wrap things up. But your time to speak to council is not over at that point or with staff. You can always make an appointment, send us an email. Love to sit down and talk to you more one-on-one and be able to engage in a more direct dialogue. So with that being said, clerk.
John Duncan, Mary Ann Dominski, Atalana Olivas, and Lucy Leva.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Mary Ann Dominski. I work for the community engagement team with the Arizona Attorney General's office. So I just wanted to come here and introduce myself. I have to get closer. I'm sorry about that. I'll start over. I'm Mary Ann Dominski. I work with the community engagement team at the Arizona Attorney General's office. And I live in Prescott. I'm assigned to work in Yavapai, Coconino, and Mojave County, so I'm nearby. And I just wanted to let you all know that and let you know that I would love to participate in any community outreach activities that the town is planning. I also want to offer my assistance. If any of you have concerns you would like to report to the Attorney General's office, I would be happy to help you with that process or connect you with someone at the office who can help. So I plan to send you an email next week following up so you all have my contact information. And thank you for this opportunity to introduce myself.
Awesome. Thank you, ma'am. Look forward to the email. Clerk.
John Duncan.
Welcome, sir. You were slow to the microphone. She cut you off.
I know. I got to be faster next time. Hi, hello, and thank you allowing me this time to speak. My name is John Duncan, and I am the development coordinator for Northland Cares. Northland Cares is excited to announce that we are moving our office from Prescott to Prescott Valley. Our new address will be 3188 North Windsong Drive, Suite A, Prescott Valley, Arizona. Northland Cares is a specialty medical clinic dedicated to offering testing and treatment for HIV/AIDS, chronic hepatitis, and sexually transmitted diseases, infections, which is STIs. Our mission is health and healing for communities affected by HIV, STI, and chronic hepatitis. Our vision is a community where HIV, STIs, and chronic hepatitis are prevented and managed with dignity and compassion. We work to achieve this through empowerment, inclusion, compassion, and integrity. We provide outpatient specialty treatment services, including prescribing and medication adherence support. Additionally, we offer a range of services for our clients, such as wellness exams, physical exams, immunizations, and referrals for other medical needs. Our behavioral health services include counseling, and we also provide medical case management, housing case management, and outreach and education services through the Ryan White funding and CDC prevention services that we get from the federal government. We anticipate beginning services at our new location on February 3rd, though this date may change as well, as we await approval for our outpatient medical licensing in the new facility. Northland Cares has a rich history. In March of 2002, two volunteer-run AIDS service organizations merged to become Northland Cares HIV/AIDS Specialty Clinic, with over 22 years of experience in the Quad City area. Experience with the combined organizations, we have developed a unique depth of knowledge and expertise in providing care for our clients, no matter the extent of their needs. In addition to HIV specialty outpatient care, we offer prevention harm reduction techniques and other services. We are thrilled to join the Prescott Valley community and look forward to serving and collaborating with you all. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Clerk?
Atalana Olivas.
Welcome, sir.
Oh, here we are again. Welcome all Prescott Valley citizens, our government. Glad to see you.
Mr. Olivas, get to the microphone a little bit better so they can hear you.
Do we have a way to put this in a USB port and view it?
No, sir.
What I have here is a water leak that happened by the substation east of the town. The line there broke, I guess, Friday, this last week. I think it's a 1.5 inch diameter pipe. It spilled for a day and a half. The water came close to the substation. I called it in. I had a conversation with the city manager. He's not here. He's not here with us anymore. Is he still working for us, or is he gone?
Normally I don't respond, but yes, Mr. Davidson is still employed by the town of Prescott Valley. He happens to be at a conference in Sedona.
Okay, great. Anyway, he helped me break it through. The city code person was uncooperative. Wouldn't send anyone out there to shut the water off, but he managed to do it. Now, this is the second big leak that I've run into in a month. The other one was by Napa, off the 69. Now, if we want to save water and learn how to conserve water, there's a good start right there. If you can't get those code people to get out there and drive around and check for water leaks, what's the use of having them? If that young lady is working in the code, she's not doing her job properly, perhaps she needs to be re-mentored, re-supervised. We can't be losing that much water. You guys know it. That's a lot of water we lost this month. I was hoping you'd have a view screen so I could put it in there. You could see the water gushing out here. If there's anybody who wants to take this and look at it, they're more than welcome to. That's about all I have right now. I hope it warms up. It's getting cold outside.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Lucy Leva.
Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Hi, good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the council. I'm Lucy Leva, former council member, a friend of Prescott Valley, positive voice, a resident of Prescott Valley since 2000, and a business owner. Actually, next month, we're going to be celebrating our 20th anniversary. So you guys, you're all invited. And but I'm here to talk about this article that was published by the Daily Courier in December 18th of last year, and I found it very, very interesting. It's titled "A Vision for Community: Creating Prescott Valley Downtown." So this article was written based on a few facts about the Fain family, Bill Fain, and how he had a vision of our town. Back in 1960 is when he decided to create a central hub where families could live, work, and play. So I found in this article a few facts that, and I'm encouraging everyone to look it up and read it. So 1988, they got the Safeway Center. 1990, they started a construction for Glassford Hills Road, enhancing connectivities. Back in 2006, they did the Findlay Toyota. And then the Rafter 11 Ranch Town Center follow, creating an environment of friendly walking, restaurants, theaters, parks, all that. But the Fain family and the Fain Signature Group, for the last 60 years, has contributed so much to our town, donating more than 200 acres for the YRMC, Yavapai College, the YMCA, or Civic Center, and they have done so much. So we need visionaries that are willing to go through the good, the bad, and the ugly, so we all can have an opportunity to grow our families, to grow our businesses. And it's not easy, but we need this type of people that can see more than what we can see, so we can all enjoy the life and the opportunities that we have now. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, ma'am. Clerk.
We have 3 additional people registered: Walt Kosar, Dean Hunt, and Lori Hunt.
Come on, Walt. Welcome, sir. Just get right in there on that microphone.
Hello, my name is Walt.
Not that much.
My name is Walt Kosar. I'm a resident of Granville. I'm here to comment on the new business proposal for allocation of funds to study the new water pipeline proposed on Old Black Canyon Highway. I'm concerned about that proposal, and at this point, I'm not in favor of it. If the goal is to address the issue of PFAS contamination in the wells in the Quailwood area, that doesn't solve the problem. You're simply bringing water from another area and not addressing the contamination that's there. You potentially could aggravate the problem, because if you start drawing down the aquifer across town, you may induce a migration of these contaminants in potentially contaminating other wells. So I think that needs to be studied a little more. And I'm strongly in favor of doing additional work to consult with additional water technology companies for addressing the PFAS problem. Companies such as Veolia Water, Evoqua Water Technologies, DuPont Water Solutions, even Calgon Carbon. These companies are very specialized and focused on water treatment. They are aware of the PFAS issue. They have case studies where they've addressed this. So it would be good to get a second and third opinion to address this problem. I'm not knocking the Jacobs engineering firm or anything like that. I just think in this case, it's kind of like putting a new roof on your house. Do you want to take the first quote you get or look into it a little more thoroughly? I think that would address the problem of the contamination and not potentially risk complicating the problem further. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Hunt? Welcome, sir.
Before I speak, I got a little visual aid for you guys. I did give you a picture of what I'm actually going to talk about. My name is, good evening, Mayor Palguda, Vice Mayor Zurcher, council members, staff, and fellow citizens. My name is Dean Hunt, and I'm a resident here in Prescott Valley and a friend of Prescott Valley Positive Voice. I'm here to speak about our new Prescott Valley Arch at Glassford Hill and State Route 69. This arch has been discussed for 20 years, came to fruition through grant money from the American Rescue Plan Act, and was within federal guidelines, despite what you might have read on social media. I, for one, am grateful for this project and that it was approved and for the construction by our previous PV Town Council. It identifies us as our own town to be proud of and draws attention to our unique beauty and the cooler side of Arizona. And speaking of cool, who knew that our PV Arch would draw the attention of a group of classic and cool car fans? Night after night, myself included, day after day, people are coming to snap a picture of their sweet ride in front of the PV Arch. The setup is safe. You can do it over to the side of the road. No traffic gets blocked or anything. And it's just good fun, and it's a highlight of our town. And across the country, pictures are being put in print, and it's being shared on social media. And it's not just about cars. People are gathering for pictures, and so are their pets. As a cool car owner, I have provided you guys have already probably seen it, an example of this latest craze. I couldn't help myself. You know me. I had to take a picture of my car in front of the arch, my 67 El Camino. So thank you, Prescott Valley, for not only identifying us as the cooler side of Arizona, but also making it cool to live here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, Mayor Palguda, Vice Mayor, and Council. My name's Lori Hunt, and I'm a resident of PV and a friend of Prescott Valley Positive Voice. PVPV was formed to be a positive voice of the community and to focus on holding council members accountable, despite what you might read on social media. We hope you will follow us on Facebook at Prescott Valley Positive Voice. Tonight, I wanted to come and thank Vice Mayor Zurcher for his email to Attorney Legler, shedding light on the blatant violation of state law by Councilmember Williams. On multiple occasions, the council member contacted a quorum of council members by email. I say multiple because we have at least 2 violations, but we believe that there are more, since there is proof that Councilmember Williams uses his personal email and potentially text message to contact other members of the council. The League of Arizona Cities and Towns, in their 2023 document entitled You as a Public Official, reference open meeting law, ARS 38-431 and 38431.09. The document states emails and other social media violations. The law applies to all meetings of public body, whether a quorum gathers in person or through technological devices. Therefore, you should be extra careful when communicating with any other council member, even less than a quorum via technology, such as by telephone or email. This includes serial discussions where you communicate with one member and then that member speaks to another member, etc. Otherwise, you may find that you have violated the law. We have a copy of an email where the Vice Mayor states that he advised Councilmember Williams that he should not be emailing a majority of council members and that he should not be using his personal email address. Vice Mayor Zurcher, thank you for initiating the complaint. The email goes on to say that further emails were sent by Councilmember Williams after the Vice Mayor advised him, and the emails came a day after the council attended the Arizona League of Cities and Towns open meeting law training. As a resident, we have great concern over this violation of state law by a council member, and we hope that you do too. On a positive note, thank you for turning on the electronics on the new arch and for giving my husband a photo op. Marnie, you're a dear friend, one of the best chamber execs I've worked with. I wish you the very best in your retirement. Please take care, friend, and I'll see you around. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, ma'am. Next up, council communications. We'll start with the furthest council member, Councilman Freund. Do you have anything, sir?
I do not at this time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Councilman Greer? I just want to say next week, next Tuesday, is State of the Town. If you're interested in attending that, I believe you can still purchase tickets with the chamber. Vice Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just wanted to say thank you to Principal Rick Bradshaw and the Bradshaw Mountain High School Student Council. We had a wonderful meeting and tour last week, and I was just so impressed, and I just wanted to say thank you.
Yes, sir. I agree with that. No manager's report, other than Mr. Davidson, as I mentioned, is at a conference recognizing, actually at that conference is Deputy Town Manager Ryan Judy is getting an award as well at that. So that is where he is this evening. Next up, consent agenda. All matters listed under consent agenda are considered routine by the Town Council and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. Council, we have any questions or comments about the consent agenda? If not, I'll entertain a motion. I believe we have one motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the vote.
Councilmember Freund,
Approve.
that passes unanimously, Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. Next up, old business, Town Code Amendment, Council Meeting Order of Business. This will be a second reading. Council, do we have any questions for Mr. Legler? And if we don't have any questions, I'll refer to the clerk.
Ordinance number 2025-948, an ordinance of the Mayor and Common Council of the Town of Prescott Valley, a municipal corporation of Arizona, amending Section 2-04-060, Order of Business, and Article 2-04, Council Procedure in Chapter 2, Mayor and Council, to add regular agenda approval to the council meeting order of business, providing that all other chapters, articles, and section of the Town Code not herein amended shall remain in full force and effect, and providing that this ordinance shall be effective 30 days after its passage and approval according to law.
Thank you, ma'am. Shall this ordinance pass?
Councilmember Freund,
Approve.
it passes unanimously, Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. Next up, new business, budget transfer, PFAS related projects. Mr. Wadsworth, welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just to remind you, we spoke to you late last year talking about alternatives to PFAS treatment for the Quailwood wells. And what you have before you tonight is the potentially first action to look at some of those alternative projects. And we didn't have any alternative projects budgeted, so we're requesting a budget transfer. And essentially the first project we're looking at is a water transmission main that would be installed along Old Black Canyon Highway between Stone Ridge and the Prescott Country Club. A 16-inch water main would connect or interconnect the upper system, which has more wells than the lower system, very prolific aquifer, with the lower system that has way fewer wells and their production capacity is fairly limited. So the installation of this project, we would like to start the design as quickly as we can so that we can make this interconnection so that not this summer, but the following summer, we have sufficient backup capacity for those wells in case we have other problems. In addition, I believe the Public Works Department would like to use that location to install a multi-use path. So just real quickly, there we go. So this budget transfer would expedite this project so that we could complete it by next summer. As I mentioned, it was not budgeted this fiscal year. We're requesting $345,000 transfer to start the design now. And we would be taking that money from a pressure reducing valve station project that we had budgeted that we're probably not going to get to this year anyway, so we would just move that one out. And so that's basically it. I know there were some questions. I'd be happy to answer any that you might have, and I'd be happy to talk to the gentleman that came up earlier as well, if if he wants to catch me afterwards, but I'll open it up to you guys for any questions you might have.
And that was one of my comments, sir. If you would just go direct with that gentleman that spoke, that would be great to answer his questions. If that's okay with you, sir. And then touching base with the multi-use path, basically it's because we're going to be digging up natural dirt. When we put it back, we're going to just try to form a path. Is that what it is? Part of the
Yeah,
lasso loop?
Right, we'll compact back over the top of the transmission main, put down base material and I'm not sure what, an asphalt path that would connect to that location from along that whole area.
Great. Councilwoman, you had a comment?
I did. So I know that one of the reasons why we're doing this project is to dilute the PFAS. So isn't that true? Like for the extra water coming in that is not having any problem with PFAS at the moment?
It's not a dilution, no. We are, by law, there are certain levels of contamination not contamination. We have certain water quality criteria that we have to meet. In 2029, the PFAS regulations will go into full effect, and the wells that we have down in that area would not be able to operate because the detected levels are higher than the maximum contaminant levels that the EPA allows. So what we're doing is we're providing a secondary source of water from this area up in here, which most of the wells up here, we've not had any contamination detected at all. So we're putting a water out there that meets all potable requirements. It's not a dilution.
Thank you. And then one other question I had too, is there a way to shut it off should we not need it in the future? Is there like a shut off valve at the?
Well, we will have valves on the transmission main and typically we won't be, the only reason we will be sending water that way is if we need it down there. We have 7 wells down there. 4 of them are currently shut off, the 4 Quailwood wells, because of PFAS, or maybe 3 of them. But those wells only produce about 150 gallons a minute. And so we've got 3 other wells that do provide water to that area that are 500 gallon a minute wells, and that they can handle the capacity that's needed down in that area. However, as you know, things break. And if one of those wells fails and we have to do a repair will take a minimum of a month on a well and sometimes longer depending on what the problems are. And if we have multiple wells go down, then we have no water in that area at all. So this is to ensure that we've got backup capacity to serve that area. And the idea is that we would still continue to serve it with the 3 wells that are down there.
I appreciate that. I know that the prior gentleman also mentioned cross-contamination, but water's going to flow one direction. It's not going to be coming back up the pipe, correct?
No, we're not set up to do that.
That's what I was understanding. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Vice Mayor. Oh, you're good. Councilman Freund, do you have anything?
I do not, sir.
Thank you. Councilman Greer? I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, a motion to approve transfer reallocation of $345,000 from account 511-7020-700-73-0.01 Glassford RAV at First Street Project to account 511-7020-700-73.01 Old Black Canyon Transmission Line by electronic vote.
A second.
Clerk, please call the vote.
Councilmember Freund.
Approved.
That passes unanimously, Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. Council, we are at the end of our agenda. Is there anything we wish to add, discuss, or bring up? Councilman Freund?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you. Seeing none. Folks, thanks for coming out. Meeting adjourned.